Last week, the #2 Morningside Mustangs took down crosstown rival Briar Cliff to advance to the semifinals of the GPAC men's tournament. With home court advantage on their side, just one more team stood between them and a GPAC championship appearance, the #3 Dordt Defenders. So let's get right to the second half, and let me tell you, this one was a nail-biter. Here's Will Pottebaum for the Mustangs, getting to his spot down low and fighting through the contact to power in the layup and put Morningside up 1, but Dordt fighting right back. Bryce Kopic mixes up his defender, steps back and buries the triple. Kopic absolutely came alive down the stretch in this one. Very next possession, he gets by his defender with the crossover and powers through the contact for 3 the old-fashioned way, and now it's a tie ball game. Mustangs come charging back here as Eli Doble backs down his defender, spins, and kisses it off the glass to put Morningside back up by 2. Great footwork there, but coming right back, who else but Kopic? He absolutely loses his defender with the hezzy and takes it up strong for the finish, and he wants that foul. Next possession, he shows off the playmaking with the beautiful drive and dish to Jackson Lauscher, who puts in the deuce, and that puts Dordt back up 1. Morningside trying to get that lead back as Joey Scoff sizes up his defender and splashes home the triple to put the Mustangs back up by 2. After a few free throws, Morningside down 1 with just 30 to go. They go back down low to Doble, who goes to work, getting to the block and banking in the layup to put the Mustangs up 1 with just 11 seconds to go. Dordt with 1 chance left, and who else gets it but Kopic? He gets to his spot, pulls up, and drills it. This kid has ice in his veins. Dordt leads by 1 with just 1 second left. Morningside with 1 more chance to a heave. They get it in, they fire it up, and it is no good. Dordt takes the 83-82 win in what some might call the game of the season and moves on to the GPAC championship.
Live from KTIV, this is Sports Force Extra.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final Sports Force Extra before the holiday season. I'm Nick Reis, and I'll be bringing you some of the best basketball action Siouxland has to offer, and we'll get things going with the Bishop Heelan Crusaders. The Heelan girls team got off to a bit of a slow start beginning the season at 0-2, but they've gone 2-0 since, and tonight they look to make it 3 straight in a matchup at the Tyson Event Center as part of the Arena Invitational. So let's take it over to the first half. Crusaders would swing it up top to senior Addison Cool, who squares up and drills that triple to increase the Heelan lead. And later on in the half, Crusaders continuing to make it rain. They get it back up top to junior Maddie Demke, and she splashes home a 3 of her own. The Crusaders were dominant all the way through, getting buckets inside and out. Here's the sophomore Abby Lee taking her defender all the way to the cup and getting the layup to fall over 3 defenders. Heelan gets the dominant win, 72-28. The Bishop Heelan boys also in action at 4-1, taking on winless Thomas Jefferson. We got some nice passing by the Crusaders early. Great play by Matt Knoll for the kind of dunk right there. Heelan up by double digits quickly. More good play by Knoll here. He throws back the rebound, and Heelan was up 20-0 before TJ even scored. Then later on, the pass to Carter Keel here for the triple from the corner. Heelan was up 40-8 at the half, and Quinn Olson later on would get out of trouble here and gets it to Knoll for the slam down. Heelan beats TJ 57-27. Another team in action today at the Tyson was the South Sioux City Cardinals boys squad. They sit at 1-1 after losing to East last week, and they would look to get back in the win column under the bright lights, but they had a tough test in front of them. 3-0 Omaha Skutt Catholic. So let's go right to the first half. Here's senior Randy Decora taking it right down the baseline and showing off the sauce with the reverse layup to cut into the Skutt lead. And the Cardinals continuing to put on the pressure. Here's senior Anthony Earth taking the contact off the dribble and calmly draining that mid-range pull-up fundamentals there. He wanted the foul too. Later on, the Cardinals go back to Earth, and he would drill the corner 3, but Skutt would really turn it up later on in the second half. They would find senior Jake Brack right here, who pumps, drives, he misses that one, gets his own board though, and goes on to put it in. Skutt would go on to take the win in this one, 66-44. Let's take it back to the Arena Invitational, where Western Christian taking on Minneapolis North. Wolfpack taking it strong as Caden Van Regenwater hits a Euro step and takes it all the way to the cup to tie up the score. And he would get it done on both ends of the floor too. Here's the sophomore once again jumping the passing lane, taking it coast to coast for the strong deuce there through the contact. and the Wolfpack would continue to attack the paint the whole way. Here's senior Chandler Polima slashing right into the lane and hitting the scoop shot with the opposite hand. Tough bucket right there, and they would just keep on attacking. Here's Polima once again going down the left side this time and getting three the old-fashioned way with the and one. Western Christian takes the big win, 97-72. Keeping it in the Tyson with the Western Christian girls taking on Westwood. Wolfpack with some good ball movement here as they find junior Brea Van Clay down low for the easy deuce. But the Rebels coming right back with some buckets of their own. Here's junior Jordan Shull getting the defender up with the pump fake, then smoothly draining the mid-range pull-up. Great fundamentals there. Western Christian continuing to take it strong down low. They would slash into the paint right here and get a tough bucket through some contact. But the Rebels starting to heat things up. Here's senior Paige Wagner catching that one in the corner, firing it and draining the corner three. She was making it rain out there all third quarter, and the Rebels would take the W 54-30. Welcome back, everyone. We saw all the highlights, but now we've got all the final scores from the games you're looking for right here in the score corner. Starting with East Sac County getting the shutout win over Eagle Grove 23-0. Ridgeview with a nice one as well over Lawton Bronson 22-13. And OAB CIG with a dominant win over West Sioux, taking this one 41-7. Hinton got the shutout win over MVAO COU 44-0. Okoboji with a one-touchdown victory over Garner HV 28-21. And Logan Magnolia getting it done over Westwood 20-12. ACGC got the win over IKM Manning tonight, just squeaking that one out 35-31. North Union with a big win over West Fork 47-6. And Alta Aurelia getting it done against West Monona 41-14. Galen Catholic just squeezed out the W over Sibley Cheatham 21-20. South O'Brien doing the same against HMS 29-28. And Sioux City East got the big win against Council Bluffs AL 48-27. Sioux Center got a nice win over BHRV 42-14. Denison Schleswig just squeezing out the W against Spencer 22-19, and West Hancock putting up big numbers against South Central Calhoun, taking this one 57-6. Harris Lake Park got a nice win over Grettinger Terrell Ruthven Ayrshire 28-20. Algona Bishop Garabin with a huge win over Siouxland Christian 69-6, and Boyer Valley got it done against Newell Fonda 48-28. Last three scores we got here. Woodbine with the big win over West Harrison, 66-6. Stanton got the job done against Wisner Pilger tonight, 48-6. And Neely Oakdale with the nice win over Summerlin, 38-26. That's all the time we have in the score corner, but Jason and Amber, I'm going to send it back to you.
Good morning, folks, and welcome to the latest edition of the Sports Force Extra Morning Wrap. I'm Jason Moeller, that's Nick Reis, and Nick, we're starting this morning wrap off with quite the matchup.
Yeah, that's right, Jason. We've got a battle of the unbeatens up in Hull, Iowa, with the West Lyon Wildcats visiting the Western Christian Wolfpack. Both teams come in having dominated their early season matchups, but only one of those two teams can leave 5-0. Let's head on out to Hull for our game of the week. Hop in with less than 2 minutes left in the first half. West Lyon, all the goal line here. The give is to Jackson Heiser. He plows forward for the score, and the Wildcats take a 6-0 lead into the half. To the third now, after a Miles Bacom field goal made it 6-3, West Lyon is on the move again. The give is to Tate Hoff. Come on, that is a grown man. He just runs over the defender and scores another Wildcat TD to make it a 10-point lead. And now on to the fourth. Wildcats put the finishing touches on this one. Heiser breaking through tackles, keeps his legs churning, takes a man with him into the end zone, putting an exclamation point on this one as West Lyon spoils Western Christian's homecoming with a 20-3 victory.
Meanwhile, back in the Metro, Sioux City East found themselves in a battle against the reigning 5A state champion Southeast Polk.
Yeah, that's right, Jason. But a wise man once said, to be the best, you've got to beat the best. And that's exactly what the Black Raiders would look to do out at Elwood Olson Stadium. Back across the border to Sergeant Bluff, where the Warriors hosted Boyden Hull Rock Valley. The Nighthawks able to work it downfield in the first, and the goal line gives to Alex Salazar, and he plunges in for the TD to give BHRV a 6-0 lead. SBL driving now, and check out this play, almost a candidate for catch of the year. QB Ryan Hoffman drops back and hurls it to Isaiah Jervik, has it pinned against the defender's helmet, but just unable to haul it in. He would draw the flag, though, and set up the field goal. Nighthawks continue to work the ground game in the second, though. They give it right back to Salazar, rambles his way into the end zone to put BHRV up 10, and they would do it on both ends in this one as Levi Schaefer comes barreling through the O-line for the strip sack, and it's recovered by the Nighthawks. SBL would go on to have a big second half, though, and they would secure the win, 26-23. Lawton Bronson hosting Hinton tonight on homecoming, both teams 1-3. And how about this first play from scrimmage for Lawton Bronson? Evan Teeger bouncing off tackles, and he's off to the races, 31 yards to the house, and the Eagles would go up 7-0 just like that. But Hinton able to tie it up here. Gabe Anderson keeps it himself on the read option and trots right across the goal line, uncontested at 7-7 after that one. The Blackhawks go on to score 17 unanswered before the half. Anderson gets it again, puts it in again, and Hinton goes on to beat Lawton Bronson 37-21. Yankton's high-tempo offense clicking early tonight in their matchup against T-Area. Evan Sirk gets the call and rumbles about 10 yards right in for the score to give the Bucks a 7-0 lead. And they would do the same thing in the second quarter. This time, Lucas Campshop gets the honors of plowing into the back for the 14-0 Bucks lead, and they've held T-Area to only 3 yards of offense so far in that case. Might as well find other ways to score. That's what Ethan Viz thinks. He finds a line, and he is gone. 88 yards for the kickoff return for 6 to make it 14-6, but Yankton was just too methodical on offense in this one. Sirk gets the call again and rumbles right on in, and Yankton bounces back this week. They win 37-26.
I'm Jason Moeller.
And I'm Nick Reis. And that's your Sports Force Extra Morning Wrap. Good evening, Explorers fans. I'm Storm Team 4's Nick Reis here with your game day forecast. All week, we've been seeing beautiful weather across Siouxland, and today certainly was no exception, setting us up for a perfect night for some baseball in this matchup today against the Salt Dogs at 6:05. First pitch, it's going to be beautiful out there with that temperature in the low 80s. A perfect evening for baseball. Nice clear skies overhead as well. And then as we progress later to those later innings at around 8 p.m., it's going to be a clear and mild night out there with our temperatures sticking in the high 70s and those skies staying cloud free. So perfect weather for you to get out there, support the X's, and enjoy the game. It's been red hot outside, just like those X's on the diamond. So enjoy that game and go X's! Here on our satellite radar, really nothing to speak of other than some light cloud cover here in eastern Siouxland, and that's really the extent of what we're going to see throughout the entirety of the day. And we'll see that right here on our future track as we go through the day on this Sunday. Really nothing to speak of, not even really much cloud cover to speak of at that. And it's going to be the case as we go through those overnight hours as well. By the time we get to tomorrow at 6 a.m., could be seeing some light cloud cover, but still going to be pretty clear across the viewing area. As we go throughout the day Monday, by the time we get to Monday afternoon, we could see a little bit stronger cloud cover down here in southwestern Siouxland by the time we get to those afternoon hours. And as we get into the evening, we could potentially see a little pop-up shower down here in southern Siouxland by Tequema at around 10 p.m. tomorrow. That'll likely make its way across the viewing area and out by the time we get to Tuesday morning, making way for another mostly clear day out there. But one thing that is going to change, unfortunately, is that humidity. It's been really dry out there this past week, which has definitely been really nice, but our humidity is going to rise a little bit as we go throughout this coming week, particularly as we go from Monday to Tuesday. That's when we're really going to see that humidity pick up. However, it's not going to be all that bad, only staying in the muggy range right here with those dew points projected to be in the low 60s, so still should be pretty comfortable out there to finish off this summer season. Our current temperatures are looking pretty brisk out there right now, though, in those mid to upper 40s, although it is going to be nice and comfortable by the time we reach our highs for the day in those mid 70s expected. And this is a lot cooler than we were seeing at this time yesterday, nearly 15 degrees cooler in Norfolk than it was at this time yesterday. However, we are going to see a warm up after today, likely going to look a lot different on this graphic tomorrow morning. And those dew points right now are in those mid to upper 40s, feeling pretty comfortable out there on this Sunday morning. And our winds are blowing mostly calm across the viewing area. Can't complain about that. But today, it's going to be very comfortable out there with our highs in those low to mid 70s and calm winds at just 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, we'll cool things down to those upper 40s and low 50s, but it's going to stay clear and mild with those calm winds remaining. And then tomorrow, we'll see things warm up to those low to mid 80s across the viewing area, and the winds will pick up as well at 15 to 25 miles per hour from the south.